Hello and welcome to our next teacher in the virtual fundraiser 2020. We have with us Michaele Woodhouse.
Hi.
Michaele has been part of our team for multiple years, helping us with the people touched by cancer focus, and that has been going very well. She has been an original teacher well before you call this yoga in representing Waverly Hematology Oncology, who has been the sponsor and host of the program. So it's a thrill for us to share Michaele, one of the band members that we brought back together to propagate our People Touched by Cancer program in the Cary area.
Yeah.
So welcome to the Cary area, and Michaele. Michaele, share about you and the
Hey.
fact that we have the same background. How can that be?
Well, my background began a while ago. I found my love of the practice when I realized that it was really benefiting me in far more ways than just the physical aspect. I felt like it was touching more on the mind aspect for me. And so with that, I just kind of followed my heart and became I signed up for yoga teacher training. I took my 220-hour training in Cary, and I wasn't sure whether I was really going to teach. I'm so glad that I did, because I've been able to share that part of the practice with people, the part of it really becoming more than just the physical aspect. So my intention is always, as a teacher, to create a real joyful healing space. And I always welcome everybody to the mat, because I meet you where you are. So that's kind of where I began. I'm also a mom, and when I'm not on the mat, you'll find me managing projects for 2 companies. I enjoy the outdoors. I spend time with my daughter and my best friend, my husband, John. So
plenty of plate.
Yeah.
And what have you learned from your students that have been touched by cancer? What's that experience like?
Honestly, Howie, it is an honor to teach these classes. I have always felt that what I learn about sharing the practice with them is it is so meaningful to them, because it does meet them in whatever phase or part of their journey they're in. And I feel like it's a welcoming atmosphere, so that they're able to move on the mat and feel really good about where they are, and leave feeling a little bit better than when they came in. So it's an honor. It's just an honor to be a part of it. So
sweet. And when you talk about moving on the mat, for those that are not so familiar, how much movement might let a cancer patient anticipate going through, or a survivor, or even a family member or a care worker?
Well, it's great that you asked that, because you think, and the word movement intimidates a lot of people, right? So because some may be just beginning on their journey. I've had students that are in chairs, and I've had them where they're very limited in their mobility, and they've been able to be a part of the practice even with those limitations. And I am always able to cue or give tips or ideas on how to modify or accommodate those different situations. And honestly, I feel like they really appreciate that. And it creates another level of connection, that teacher yogi kind of connection that we actually, they are an individual. It's not just this group where they just fade in. So that's kind of how I gear a class for them.
And Have any students given you particular feedback as to the impact of these kind of classes for them? Anyone
You
come
know,
to mind?
I actually, I do get feedback. I wish I could, like you say, see them right now. Um, I have a couple of students that actually come to mind, Victoria and Pat, and there's a lot of ladies, and I cannot remember all their names, but they do give me that positive feedback, and they also let me know how much they appreciate it and it means to them.
And it's a whole community. It doesn't have to be patients. It could be
Right.
people
Absolutely.
that are touched, and even our classes are of a healing mode. Any messages to teachers, what it's like to work with us, and why it might be good for them to reach out in this period of time?
I tell you, to to be a part of this particular group, this I I would say, well, this is an opportunity that you couldn't find anywhere else. This is, and to share in this way, and this even through Zoom or whatever, it's, you cannot find a better group of people to be a part of.
It's been really precious in our experience this year too, because a lot of people have joined us via Zoom,
Yeah.
and as teachers, as well as team members.
Yeah.
So your presence and is wonderful. So how would you like to share a practice tip for the community who's viewing now and later of this? Can you share something for a minute or so practice? And
This is the 1 minute Michelle quick on the fly tip. So just take a moment, and I want you to put down the phone, step away from any electronics or anything that you're plugged into, and just take a moment and close your eyes and finding your breath, which means to just bring that awareness and observe it. And it only takes a few breaths, but I want you to notice, do you feel like you are breathing in a shallow part of your lungs? And if so, begin to create a little more depth. Allow your full inhale and your full exhale. And then after you've observed your breath for a good 30 seconds, 45 seconds, go ahead and shift your awareness then into your physical body. And just take note of where you may be holding some tension. And perhaps it's your shoulders, your face, your hips, anywhere. And then envision that breath as you inhale and send it to that place that's holding the tension, and see if you can just let go, release some of that tension, soften, to allow the energy, a smooth flowing energy line. So stay with your breath. And really, that is my 1 minute. It's basic, it's simple, but you should try it.
lovely.
Yeah.
I was.
Thanks, Howie.
And in addition to trying, we'll encourage our viewers, and I'll lead off, as to why they might consider donating to our organization.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's teachers like Michele who are dedicated and passionate and loving to their students. The donations that are made today are part of our season of giving. The first $5,000 that we receive will be matched by our board. And today there's also raffles available for day of event donors. We have a lot of yoga accessories. So please do consider going to YouCallThisYoga/donate, and please lead with your heart. Stipends are where the money goes. Funding for programs in 2021, where we hope to have 10-week sessions, roughly 12 classes per session, and each season has that kind of orientation. So the next one will be winter. So let's get back to Michele, though. So how else have you engaged some of the teachers here? Do you have any cohorts in this process?
I do. I have a dear friend, Amy, and she has joined the band per se, and she now shares in this love of the practice with sharing it with others. And without You Call This Yoga, we would not be able to impact the lives that we have over these years. And you can't put a price tag on how somebody feels about that. And so, and the takeaways for them. And without this particular program, I mean, you would limit and you would limit this opportunity. And I feel that it's just, the benefits just are so invaluable, and they're so invaluable. Like you can't put a price tag on that. It's just a fantastic program.
Thank you. And we're continuing to build relationships with our hosts. Waverly Hematology Oncology was purchased by American Oncology Network, who will be sponsoring Amy and Michele's classes in 2021. Though we are definitely seeking funding for other programming, we are thrilled of their participation. We look to grow the teacher team to have more people touched by cancer experts. We do have several yoga therapists already on the team. And we hope that there are also passionate administrators, board members that could join us to help us become more sustainable. So we're going to do a quick little moment of Zen here, because Michele and I have similar backgrounds by just good fortune. And we're just going to show what it'd be like if we were having the desired background, but they'd never see our faces. So that's our moment of Zen, and our other moment of Zen. And we'll get back to Michele. So Michele, could you share a little representative practice tip, again, of a different nature, to share what's special about coming to one of your classes?
Sure.
Extra special.
Yes, exactly. So I'll share a simple, maybe something that you would find in one of my classes. And so I invite you to just take a minute, stand up or stay seated, wherever you are. And then with that, I want you to take that big full round of breath again. And then wherever you are, and if it is in your practice or if you're okay with it, I want you to slowly, as you exhale, start to hinge from your hips. You don't have to come into the complete fold. Your heart can stay below your head. Anybody who has any issues, or if you feel okay, go ahead and make that forward fold, making sure that you're holding on to something that supports you. And then as you're in this fold, whether it's a hinging of your hips and you're completely folded, or whether you're in that half fold, wherever it is, I want you to, again, find your breath. Bring that awareness in. Be still with it. And then slowly, I want you to root into wherever you are, your feet. If you're in a chair, go ahead and ground down. And then slowly begin to rise. And as you inhale on the rise, notice how you're filling yourself with all of this positive energy, this beautiful big round of breath. And really, that's about it. But I'm telling you, if you come to one of my classes, I will meet you on the mat. I will make sure that you are in good hands, and I will guide you through a practice that'll make you leave feeling better and maybe have a better outlook at the end of it.
Lovely. I do that kind of practice while I'm meditating, except I keep a flat back. And that's just to keep me attuned to my position.
Right.
So I like that even when I meditate.
That's excellent. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm very postural because I have so many issues that
Great.
just pushing my tail down because I sit
Mhm.
elevated is a wonderful extension.
Oh, great. See?
You're with it, girl. So, so viewers, while you have a moment, please do consider going to youcallthisyoga.org and support programs like Michelle's, because we also require support behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And we are doing matching funds up to the first $5,000, unless we find another matching sponsor. You will qualify for raffles today, and we have them at several times. So thank you, Michelle, for the practice tip. And please get ready for experiencing Michelle's class, because we're going to roll from our unique backgrounds here into something else very soon. See you soon,
Yes.
Michelle.
Thanks, Howie.
Ta-ta
Bye.
for now.
Ta-ta.